Let's see what's coming through. There's something passionate being uncovered. Yeah. Something passionate is being uncovered. It's coming from a place of clarity. Even like, the clarity is what's bringing the forward movement. This is what's being recognized here. In this energy, it feels like a situation where somebody could have expected for you to see something with fairness because they lack the ability to make sound judgment on things. And at a point, that could have been some type of pressure they were trying to put up on you without actually hoping that you noticed what it was that they were trying to make you collaborate with. It's like basically saying like they know that you know how to fix everything, so that's what they was expecting for you to just come fix everything after they fucked it up. And they got disappointed to figure out that you just moved on without giving them any clarification. Yeah. Somebody feels abandoned, or they could have been thinking that something was going to backfire on you. For some of you, this could have something to do with your inner child or your inner truth, or something that had been attached to you. Something in a dynamic or a connection manifested through a form of like an attachment style or some type of calculated repetition here. Somebody may have thought that you don't know anything about power dynamics because they didn't expect for you to correlate the deeper aspects behind why something was the way it was in those moments. Somebody is thinking that you just want to like see them down or see them hurt, but they really do lack skill set. Like they put the poverty in poverty mentality, and it shows with the way that they just thought they could just throw you in something. Yeah, because they did expect for you to just come fix everything, which meant that it was gonna be coming out of you caring about them. That's what they wanted to abuse, a soft spot. If you cared about them, you would help them fix something. They didn't want it to be looked at as them needing you. They wanted for you to look at it like a situation that you were responsible for emotionally even. But that's the attachment part, if that makes sense. I don't know if somebody was trying to deflect the fact that they have an attachment issue when it comes to you. Like they have an issue thinking rationally when it comes to you because they did not expect to like fall in love with you or to even make you somebody important to them up until they realized that you weren't gonna stick around forever. If they were constantly doing shit to try to test you, test your loyalty or something like that, yeah. Doing something to test you every time, thinking that your preservation was a weakness or something like that, and then trying to like do shit to make you come care about it after stuff get messed up. Somebody is crazy. Yeah, this was an unhappy connection that you moved away from or detached from. You could have detached from it mentally, like you could have checked out mentally, and there were no emotions. And that's what somebody was trying to figure out. When did you go cold on them? Why did you go numb? 4:44 is on the timer. Why did you go numb? Them knowing that you cared or knowing that you gave something attention is what anchored for them to feel secure. Like they needed your identity and your essence to help them build their identity. And they really thought that, they thought you were not smart. Dang. This has got to be embarrassing, honey. I couldn't even finish my ice cream. Look, I got this non-dairy fudge brownie ice cream. I couldn't even finish my ice cream. This download was getting in my nerves, honey. Yeah, somebody's at a stalemate, don't know what to do, or they were hiding that they didn't know what to do. Once they realized that you weren't participating, or somebody panicked when you switched up your demeanor. Ooh, goodness. They was not prepared for the switch up, honey. They was not prepared for it. Yeah. There's some type of enlightenment going on here. Where someone is recognizing. Yeah, someone is recognizing that you handle things. You handle things in a very nonchalant way when you need to put your foot down. They have never seen that side of you. Like, you don't abuse the sternness within your presence. There's something about character development here. It seems like the fact that you are so emotionally aware, it was like knocking somebody off their pedestal to where they wanted to try to inflate their ego or their power around you. Kind of like counteracting your calmness with something just to see you. Yeah, with something just to see you act a certain way. This person is not playful. They're immature. They're developmentally delayed. Like, they don't really understand the fundamentals of life, or even understand stuff on a deeper level. And it's literally because they have not taken the time to invest or grow. This is somebody that was not growing in a connection with you, and they thought that you wouldn't see it that way. They thought that you did not know that they were using you for survival, for resources. They were not willing to be open or vulnerable. They were not willing to be equal. They were not willing to put in the work. They were not willing to focus on themselves. Like, they were so busy focused on you and trying to study you, even possibly even trying to become the center of your attention, to take the light off of you. They lost sight of themselves. Yeah, they lost sight of themselves. They ultimately betrayed themselves when it came to basically sabotaging themselves out of this connection with you. They were focused on you. You were focused on you. That tore them up. Dang, that tore them up. You would not lean on them. You were not codependent. They could not make you weak. They could only do things to get subtle emotions. But then they saw how quick you retracted back. I don't know what this is, but it sounds like somebody that tried to exploit their relationship, or even like get advice on their relationship. They could even been getting readings and stuff. And the whole time they were the problem, because they were refusing to grow, because they wanted to kind of make it out like you had to be at their level without seeing any type of elevation. And that's something for you. That's a big important part for you. Being able to have boundless freedom, expansion, growth, being able to be carried at your capacity, being able to be supported for who you are, instead of someone trying to like change it up because they want you to shrink your light so they can borrow your pedestal. There's something about somebody finding out that they are not who you desired. Like, yeah, this person is saying to themselves, like, there is no way that Divine Collective loved me as much as they claim to at those times, because either you cut them off too fast, you move on too fast, or you were holding back the entire time, and that's what they try to latch on to. Whole time you were not holding back the entire time. Yeah. They wanted you in scarcity though, and then tried to hide it by trying to pin up a fake collaboration while wishing bad on you. Every tactic that they tried did not work. This person is trying to say that you rejected them, but you're really out of their league. Like, they cannot afford your capacity. They don't have the strength to hold you up without getting injured, or without feeling envious, or without feeling, this is crazy, without feeling unimportant. Yeah. You are a stable partner. You don't need somebody to tell you who you are. This person did though. And so you learning a lesson about attachments or behavioral patterns or something like that is ultimately what pushed this person out of your life. And that's what they don't understand though, because they were thinking that they could find little ways to bridge a gap that just kept getting wider and wider as time went. And it's because as the time was going, they were not elevating. They stayed the exact same. You are not the same person that you were. And that is why they cannot get to you, because you really have grew. You've grew a lot. Yeah, you've grew a lot. Somebody knows that they're going to jail for something that was done in the past against you. This is like a hit list or something that I'm reading. Yeah, somebody knows that they're going to jail, or somebody could be currently serving jail time for something that they predated and did. It could have been something in someone's home, or something at somebody's workplace. Or this could even be like a restraining order. Somebody could have violated a restraining order, or something that somebody is going to be doing is going to lead to them having a restraining order put out against them. Somebody could have wanted to make it seem like you were going to be paying for something that was being done, because they were trying to not be accountable for a part that they played in ruining their own life. Like, somebody got caught up in something that don't have nothing to do with you, but they kept trying to reopen some type of reform where somehow you are involved in this, and they kept doing it hoping that it would dispel their karma in some way. Like, literally don't have no solutions for shit, but keep on like running your energy and running your name and ain't getting nothing. Yeah. Somebody could have been saying that you were immature, or you're young, or you're inexperienced, or the experience you got is like childish. Like, you're being childish, you're not being rational, you're not thinking things through. You're just having a bitch fit or something like that. But no, it was them. It was them. Something could have happened when you were younger in regards to this energy, or an environment familiar to this of some sort. Okay. Maybe something about when you were younger, somebody tried to put you in a trap, and they were thinking like it was never going to catch up to them because you didn't know what it was. So that's something that's coming back around, that's being exposed. This could have been happening while you were soul searching, or somebody opposite of you is soul searching here. This is crazy, because it's like there's a whole bunch of somethings or somebodies or environments trying to get your attention, but there's somebody on another end that is going to come forward and express that they want your attention. Somebody recognizes that you are actually closed off to the outside. And because they notice that, they're beginning to see how or why things need to change up in their own life. Okay? Somebody was thinking that it would be impulsive to recognize something in a certain way, like if it was for validation purposes. They were thinking that they were moving too fast, or there was some type of gossip going on around. Yeah, there's some type of gossip going on around somebody's age or somebody's experience with something. Somebody could have been thinking that there was a point to be proved, or they were thinking that you were in some type of high school mentality or something, trying to nitpick at something that you are not focused on at all. Yeah, you are not giving some type of emotional feedback that they expected, because they wanted to try to run your emotions ragged. They could feel like you're always roused up emotionally. They could control you through your emotions to prove to people that you had not moved on, or to even prove to themselves. Yeah, to prove to themselves. They wanted to prove to themselves that you were somebody that they were going to be mirroring or back and forth with the whole time. It was an illusion. Something had been exposed about somebody's upbringing, is what this is. Somebody had not put in the hard work and devotion that it actually took to even stay in your life. And that's the problem. Whatever this mirroring energy is here, this person thought that you would stay waiting, or they thought you were waiting on them. Okay? They thought you were going to stay waiting forever. And it became like a little emotional game, okay? To have an empty cup in your presence, but to always have something pleasurable for someone else here. In a way, it was kind of them thinking that it would make you beg. I think I said that. It would make you beg or something. Your intuition is being recognized. Your resilience is being recognized. There's something about your belief or your divinity even. Your divinity is very strong here. Somebody had not known. Somebody had not known why you were that way. And they thought that distance would be an instant reconnection. It did not get them nowhere. They thought somebody could have even been telling themselves that you were intuitively hovering over them, like you know them, you're predicting them. When you do or say something, it's because you can't get over them or something. This is somebody that could have been watching you, even trying to do stuff to you behind closed doors to see how you would show up emotionally or professionally or something. They really thought they had the pulls on you, baby. Ooh, something that you are mirroring back by being yourself here. They're realizing that they are assed out, learning a lesson about themselves through watching you be fully dedicated to yourself. They can't even attach to nothing, because they see that you are the ultimate reflection of self-accountability. They see that you've taken accountability for your own life, your own character, your own motives and actions, and they do not dare have half the guys it takes to at least face themselves. And that is why they cannot face you, but they thought that they could with all these weird tactics. It's almost like embarrassing. This person is realizing that they have not elevated enough to even be able to contact you. All the stuff that they have been telling people, it does not match up. It is not opening any doors for them. It is not repairing the trust that they've broken and the bridges that they've burned with other people. Because you were the ultimate reflection to show other people even how this person was taking advantage in so many ways. Like, you knew that you weren't the only person that was being taken advantage of, or if you knew that you weren't the only victim at the time. That's kind of what messed this up real bad, because this person has a history of doing this like multiple times over. So the fact that you recognize the pattern and responded in a different gesture, this person really is left out in the cold. They need balance, they need structure, they need some type of fairness, but they're not getting it because they did not work for it. And another part is they're a shitty human being. They do shitty stuff to people. They weaponize their manipulation. They try to use attachments against people to restrict or siphon love out of them. Like, this person is horrible. Their heart is tainted, honey. And they thought that they would lower your vibration because they know that you are very put together. That's kind of what they wanted to destroy. The fact that you're put together, but they had not recognized that it's in you and not on you, okay? There's some type of celebration being had here for the changes and transitions that you've endured in the dark and silence and quietness. Your ability to heal yourself. That's why they don't like they don't like when you celebrate, because you have the ability to heal yourself. Like, all this stuff they was trying to do, it hardly even touched you, because your greatest mastery is self. Okay, you are a gatekeeper. Okay, goddess in between realms, you are a gatekeeper. You could be planning to move away, even planning a new beginning, or there is something here that is setting out on the long haul here. Okay, somebody was expecting for you to be waiting or paused up, going back and forth with yourself. No, that's dumb, honey. They're going back and forth with themselves. They in a karmic situation, okay? And basically what happened going on is all the stuff that they thought they were going to be receiving, or all the stuff that they thought they saw value in, was not nothing for real. Somebody could see that you are actually grounded to your faith, like faith in a way, like you have unstoppable personal truth. That's another reason why they couldn't come in between you and you. If something is like you versus you, or like that me versus me thing, yeah, that's what make it hard for people to try to be your enemy. Yeah. Somebody has decided to embrace some type of change or endings. There's some type of rebirth energy going on with somebody. Because back to that other energy, somebody in this energy, this person here, they're seeing how their disempowerment allowed for certain things to be controlled a certain way without them actually putting their foot down. Yeah, somebody had been sabotaging or self-loathing here, and they see that there was just some things going on that they should have been emotionally moved on from. It's like some things got triggered or came up to the surface here, but it wasn't supposed to have been something to swim in. It was something to reflect on. So somebody could be learning the difference between reflection and resistance. Okay, reflection versus resistance. Yeah. You could feel like somebody is very inconsistent. Somebody else was trying to catch a point of view. You feel like somebody was being inconsistent. For some of you, this could have been a boss. there was something going on in an environment where somebody could have been manipulating an environment or an atmosphere or an agreement around something. And you could have felt the inconsistency, or you could have felt like something was not being accommodated correctly here. And pretty much you were right within your divine orchestration or divine analysis about something, because what had been going on is there's people finding out that you really are who you say that you are, and there is nothing they can do about it. You are exactly who you say that you are. And there's something very, very strongly significant about people realizing that they do have to get into this space about themselves of like earning you. Okay? You are a very smart, independent businesswoman. For some of you, this is someone that is allying with you. Yeah, there's someone that's allying with you if this is a work thing, right? So like, basically like you are bringing some type of clarity to them about similar experiences they've had, or even like things that they thought they were just supposed to live with unannounced or something like that. This is meant to be, this is like soul tribe energy here, but it's crazy because there's like a betrayal involved here, where somebody did not help somebody with some type of bill or something. Okay, somebody literally could be asking you like, did you know why so-and-so did such? Or do you know something pertaining to this, and this? And they're only asking because they're trying to figure out who's being dishonest. Okay, it's not to say you're being dishonest, but they're trying to find out exactly who's being dishonest, and if they are being dishonest, what exactly are they being dishonest about? It's like they want to come to you to ask you because they trust your guidance for real, because you know, they trust your guidance for real. There's something about family here. Okay, family. Somebody could have been in this ego trip where they didn't want to sacrifice their family for a relationship, or they didn't want to leave their family for some type of temporary thing here. But something is not temporary. I don't know. This feels like side bitch energy. Somebody was trying to make it out like their belief system or their family system, their traditions are more important than romance. But there's like a lesson here where spirit is telling them, if you want success in your life, or if you want for things to start going right, you need to actually start pouring into the things that you truly desire instead of suppressing it, or instead of acting like it's not important, because that's rooted to some type of attachment trauma. Yeah, if somebody was trying to use that attachment stuff, for some of you, this is somebody that they were trying to get close to you and did not know how to, because they don't know how to get close to people. They don't know how to establish trust to create a bond. They don't know all that fundamental stuff. They finding out that they are missing a lot when it comes to trying to be in accordance with you. And that's what somebody else is seeing here. There's like people from different angles that are watching you because they realize here that there are a lot of changes that have been taking place. Yeah, there's a lot of changes that have been taking place. Somebody could be healing, or somebody is highly favored here, and that's what people are finding out, that somebody is highly favored. Or there's something about a child that is highly favored here. Something about a child that's highly favored here. It could be you, from like something activated from like teenagehood that was supposed to have been suppressed since your childhood or something, the way you express yourself, or even like your sovereignty or something like that. Your star power, even something from when you were a child got activated when you were a teenager, and so it kind of put you in a different space mentally or even energetically, where you could be on a very elevated timeline. I'm telling you, you could be on a very elevated timeline where a lot of people will say that you're ahead of your time, but you're actually just very well off. Like your reality lines up with how you correlate things. Somebody is distraught here, okay? Somebody's up thinking. You are very intuitive and like tapped in as well. So there's something significant about somebody letting their thoughts get the best of them. And I think it's because like yeah, it's because people were trying to stop you from cutting them off. Yeah, they were trying to stop you from cutting them off because they know that once you cut them off, they don't get second chances. Or like you cut somebody off for your freedom, they know you're not coming back. So somebody is really awestruck about the fact that you had a new beginning as soon as you decided to like leave them in the dust, or as soon as you decided to handle something a certain way. Yeah. Somebody realizing that you really are a gatekeeper. You really could be planning on moving far away to get away from some type of karmic environments. You could be thinking about something that you want next. There's like some type of inheritance that's being worked out in your favor here that is coming from either a family or a friend. Okay, so that's what's coming through. Okay, expect some good news, some money. Oh, expect some money and some good news. Okay, honey. Expect some money and some good news. Ancestors said, I bet you any money, honey. Period.